Hi everybody, Therapy Thursday, and I didn't think of it in the shower today, but I thought of it during my meditation. So there's this concept that Brene talks about in her research and that we cover in the Rising Strong and Daring Way curriculum. She calls it foreboding joy. You might call it dress rehearsing catastrophe. We oftentimes hear it called like what ifing. So like, but what if it goes wrong? I have to plan out the worst case scenario for when it does go wrong. So, because what if it does? So I'm getting this a lot in my life right now because, as you know, I am headed out on tour this summer, coming to 8 cities to offer my Rising Strong intensives and workshops. And it's official. I am filling up my basement with the supplies. I have 450 books because when we book this tour to its max, I will have 144 people that will do this work with me. So I've ordered 150 Rising Strong workbooks, 150 I'm Fine journals, and 150 Taking Flight coloring journals, because that's what you get when you come do this work with me. And so it's happening. It's gonna fill. Because I have faith. A cardinal literally just landed on the fence out there. Hi, babies. So this tour will fill because I know that this work is needed, because I have killer faith, and because I am one stubborn, determined ass. And so I will work together with God to co-create this tour. And when I share this, a lot of what I am getting is, that's so exciting. What happens if you don't fill up a city? Will you cancel it? There's a lot of what ifing. There's a lot of dress rehearsing catastrophe. And I ain't got time for that. I don't. I'm not going to entertain that. This is happening. I know it is. But we work through this in the Rising Strong work and Daring Way work that I do with Brene, because she calls it foreboding joy. So basically what she has found in her research is that any act of courage includes vulnerability. And we talk about vulnerability and shame obviously a lot in the work. But what she has found is that one of the most vulnerable emotions that we have is joy, excitement. And I am so excited for this tour, and I am so scared to death. And I'm so excited, and I'm going to choose to lean into joy, even though it is so scary, because I am not going to forebode joy. I'm not going to forebode it. I'm going to lean into it, because what Brene has found in her research is that when we ask people who have suffered trauma, loss, and tragedy, like I have, none of them ever will say that dress rehearsing catastrophe or what ifing helped them deal with that trauma, loss, or tragedy. All it did was steal the present joy. That's all it does. And so even though it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable, to lean into the joy and excitement in your life, to do the courageous, scary things that you know are going to be good and amazing and God's work, like this freaking tour, lean into it. Life will happen. Some what ifs will happen. But good God, it's a waste of time to dress rehearse that. All it does is steal your present. All it does is steal the good right now. And it doesn't prep you for when or if it happens. I don't want to hear your what ifs. I'm scared. I would like you to say, perhaps meet me in that with vulnerability and empathy, and say like, this has got to be really scary to be taking this risk. We're investing a lot of time, money, and planning into this tour to bring this work to more people. And it's going to fill. You're going to join me. You can fight me till the very end, but you're going to be there because you need this work, because it will change your life. So I'm going to lean into this joy. It's scary, but like Brene says, I'm going to be afraid and brave every second of my life, because that's where the good stuff is. That's where rising ever upward is. So obviously, go to daringandstl.com for more information on the tour. I am coming to a city near you. You don't have to spend as much money to come to St. Louis. Lean into this chance. Join me. And don't what if it. Because if you what if me, I'm going to say, what if this works? Because it's gonna. It's gonna fill. People's lives are going to be changed. They're going to live this wholehearted, courageous, scary, and beautiful life. What if you leaned into the joy and chose to be completely undone by gratitude? That's where I've been sitting the last couple weeks. And man, to be undone by gratitude for all of it, for the good, the bad, the dark, the light. When you embrace the complicated gray, you awaken to your healing. You awaken to your rising. Make it a great day. I'll see you next week.